In this video, you will learn how to set up a centralized payment across multiple legal entities of your organization. If it is the first time to watch this channel, please subscribe in order to be notified when a new video is released. Organizations that include multiple legal entities can create and manage payments by using a single legal entity that handles all payments. The same payments don't have to be entered in multiple legal entities. Actually, payments for all the operating legal entities are generated from a single legal entity, which is known as the legal entity of the payment. During the settlement process, the applicable due to and due from transactions are generated. You can specify which legal entity in the organization receives the realized gain or realized loss transactions, and how cash discount transactions that are related to a cross-company payment are handled. On the centralized payment journal line, the account type should be set to vendor. The offset account type should be set to bank or ledger. The bank account should be in the current company. Here are the configuration steps that are needed to put in place a centralized payment. Set up an organizational hierarchy for centralized payments. To do that, click on Organization Administration module. In Organization section, click on Organization Hierarchies. Choose the centralized payments. If it does not exist, create one for centralized payments. The structure of the hierarchy doesn't matter. Any legal entity in the hierarchy will be able to process payments on behalf of any other legal entity in the hierarchy. On the Organization Hierarchies page, you can create a new organization hierarchy. In the Purpose field, you must select Centralized Payments. The next step is to set up an intercompany account for centralized payments. Go to General Ledger, Posting Setups, choose Intercompany Accounting. Select the debit account, credit accounts from originating company and for the destination company. Map vendor accounts across legal entities. In our scenario, we have one vendor company which is set up as a vendor account in each of our two legal entities. You will note that the vendor has a different vendor number in each the company. Not a problem. Regardless of their vendor number, however, each of these vendors must be attached to the same party ID and the same address book ID in the global address book. If your multi-company vendors or customers are not set up this way, don't worry. The vendors don't have to be deleted and recreated. There is a process to merge records in the global address book. To confirm that the vendor accounts are linked correctly in the global address book, go to the vendor account in any of the companies and note that all the vendor accounts and legal entities are displayed in roles. If you pay a vendor from one legal entity and want to select invoices for that vendor and other legal entities, you must make sure that all the corresponding vendor accounts in each legal entity use the same address book ID. If you receive a payment from a customer that pays invoices in more than one legal entity, you must make sure that all the corresponding customer accounts in each legal entity use the same address book ID. To use centralized payments, all the centralized payment legal entities must use the same currency code. For example, if one company uses currency code equal USD, all companies must use currency code USD. Go to General Ledger, Currencies. Another step is to set up the posting profiles for centralized payment. When you create a payment in one legal entity that settles invoices in other legal entities, the posting profile IDs must be the same in both legal entities. The last step will be to set up methods of payment for centralized payments. When you create a payment in one legal entity that settles invoices in other legal entities, the method of payment IDs must be the same in both legal entities. After you have done the setting mentioned above, create a payment journal in the paying organization and you shall be able to see invoices from the other legal entities for the payment. Thank you.